Hi, my name is Jake, and I'm going to tell you about the continuity and change between Canada and Germany's relationship. During World War I, a hatred was born towards Germany when we fought against them. It affected us politically, economically, and culturally. When Canada took sides in World War I, our mostly neutral friendship with Germany ended. We viewed them as an enemy. This affected us politically because our relationship with Germany came to an end, but our relationships with other countries formed strong bonds. We became allies with many. This opened our political horizon in the future to make deals and trade. This also affected us economically because when we went to war, it caused a lot of our resources to go to the war effort. Our men were being sent and killed in war, so there were not as many workers afterwards, although it did mean that more women were being let into the workforce, breaking ground for females' rights. This affected us culturally because when this happened, Canada tried to get rid of all the German culture in it. This made Canada a lot less culturally diverse. We made very strict regulations for the Canadian Germans to follow. A lot of German things were banned during this time. This was a very negative change for all Germans, even if they had nothing to do with it. During the war, they were still Germans in Canada. We had strict regulations which they had to follow, but we didn't kick them out. We just kept a close eye on them. World War II was a little different. It still affected Canada politically and economically, but it affected us in different ways. World War II was the first time Canada independently declared war on someone. That someone was Germany. This affected us politically because for the first time, Canada was seen as independent. They didn't need Britain to tell them to go to war. They made the decision themselves. This changed the way that other countries looked at us. This affected us economically because of how much money we spent upgrading our Navy and Air Force. That was over $10 billion with all the money going towards the war and barely any left at home. Although there were lots of jobs created because of the war, ranging from nursing to people who assembled weapons and bombs and sent them over. How it affected us culturally stayed the same. We are still against everything German. Their culture was viewed as an insult. Words were changed. German music was banned. The fact that we independently declared war on Germany solidified Canada's disgust at them. This still had a negative impact on Germany and our relationship. In 1955, our relationship with Germany took a major turning point for the better. That's when Germany joined NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which Canada had been part of for 10 years previous. This meant that we are now allies with Germany. For the first time in history, we were on the same side, not fighting against them. This affected us politically because this meant our government would be making agreements and discussing matters with the German government. This opened the door for future trading agreements, which is partly economic too. The more trading with other countries we do, the more money we make, and trading agreements would open a broader trading market, benefiting our economy. This changed Canada culturally because we started to embrace German culture. That has stayed the same to this day. Canada celebrates many German festivals, and the German culture has become a large part of the Canadian identity. This is a positive change for us and Germany. That's what I think has changed and stayed the same with our relationship with Germany. See ya!